My name is Anna Giaritelli. I'm a news reporter, so I don't endorse policies or politicians, but I wanted to take this opportunity to speak to the issue of DC crime today. I'm here to talk about an important subject, and I'm grateful for this invitation. Like many of you press here today, I moved to DC to pursue a career in political journalism, and DC was not my home, but it quickly became my home. I was here in DC for 7 years. They were great years, and I planned to stay here for years to come. I'd been saving up for a condo, and that changed in 2020. I was a few blocks from here, actually at Union Station, outside where we are today at the Capitol, walking to the post office to mail a package on a Saturday morning. And a man attacked me in broad daylight on the sidewalk with other people around. This man lunged at me. He grabbed me and he pinned my arms down. I was helpless and I was powerless to fight back against him. He sexually assaulted me in public on the sidewalk. I screamed for help, and he screamed over my voice, drowning me out. I thank God, I truly thank God, people were there and people got involved and saved me that day. He got away that day, but DNA on my clothing led DC police to him. He was already in the system. He had a criminal record at DC. And 3 months later, after the attack, police were able to find him on the street. They informed me that he was homeless and living about 2 blocks from my apartment building, and they arrested him. It was great news until the following day when I heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office, and they said he had been released from jail at the judge's discretion. He had returned to living on the street, blocks from my apartment building, and I didn't feel safe, and so I moved away from D.C. and to the state of Texas, so to give a shout out where it's due. In the year and a half that it took for the case to move to trial, police arrested him not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, 5 times. And in every incident, the judge released him from jail the following day. Some of these arrests include exposing himself to a Supreme Court staff member just a block across the street and wielding a machete in public. The U.S. Attorney's Office prosecuted my case, and I was told because the jail was crowded, the judge chose to release him to make sure that public health standards could be maintained in the jail. He was finally held in jail when our case moved forward at the end of 2021. In 2022, he pleaded guilty to a sex abuse charge for what he did to me. He went to prison and has since been released. He served about 2.5 years for my charge. I found out at sentencing he had attacked an off-duty female police officer shortly before me. That was included. And then the 5 other arrests were also included into that prison sentence. So what happened to me and the DC government's role in it, I think is as much of a public scandal as much of a personal trauma. Even though he went to prison, the DC police stats show that no crime occurred. I had no idea DC police were and continue to cover up crime until I became a victim and looked for my own crime stats and found nothing. For sex abuse charges, only first-degree and some second-degree charges are on the crime map. Why don't I count? And how many more women and men and children have been uncounted? At a time when DC crime is being addressed, I ask, how can we understand the problem and the breadth of crime when DC police are covering up the stats? How can we fix something that we don't know how bad it really is? What happened to me was humiliating as a woman, and it was disgusting. Yet the way I was treated by the police sends a message that what happened to me didn't matter. I'm here today for the victims who DC police refuses to count. I think every victim deserves to be counted because there is not big victims and little victims. There are just victims. I'm here for the uncounted ones today. Thank you for your time, and thank you, Senators.
Thank you very much. Senator Marsha.